Guys, it's your girl Kizzy Rock, and yes, Kizzy Rock is my birth given name. Happy Monday, happy third recording. Want to say hey to all my subscribers. New as well as season, I got a word for you. Tap and happy Monday, happy third recording. So guys, in this recording, I stated on the last recording that I was going to do a separate recording on this topic because it would have made the last recording too long. So in this recording, I want to speak on bloodline curses and how the chosen ones are called to break certain things in order to be elevated. And then I'm going to speak on if God has released a blessing and then kind of pulled it back, if you will, almost like if he's ever opened the door and then pulled you back out of the door. There's a tons of reasons on why that can happen, but I'm going to speak on, I think maybe two that's in my spirit. So let's start really quickly in regards to being exposed to certain blessings, and then it almost seems like you're pulled back from it. Again, there's many reasons on why that can happen, but the two that's coming to my spirit's downloads is one, sometimes what God will do is he will expose you to where he's calling you to. He will expose you to where he's taking you to. So sometimes what he'll do is he'll open the door, he will allow some type of manifestation, you're in alignment to receive the manifestation, and then you enter the place and then you start to try to fit in there. It's almost like your flesh will have you so excited that you think you're just to fit in there. Like, oh my goodness, the door finally has opened, and like I'm gonna have a great time because I finally made it, right? And truth of the matter is, there's a lot of times he will expose you to a room because you're not to conform to the room, you're called to change the room. Right? So you're trying to fit in with you're called to change the room. So he will allow you to have a peek into the environment. But you're not currently developed yet for it. You don't have all the insights that you need for it. You don't even have the fire that you need for it. In fact, if he allow you to stay there now, their spirits will overtake you. So not only will you conform to it, right? It will overtake you because you don't have everything that you need yet. He will also show you certain people, certain things, certain mindsets, character, things like that. Now here's the trick, right? At the beginning, you don't really notice it because you're thinking you're just there, you're just in the room just because you've elevated to a certain level and now you have access to certain things and certain people. So you don't even realize it. It's almost kind of like you're blind, temporary, to there's certain spirits that you're going to be called to go up against. So what happens is when he pulls you back, when he closes the door, and now you feel like, oh my goodness, it's a spiritual attack. Everything isn't a spiritual attack, right? And you're steadily trying to beat the door down and he wouldn't open the door. So now you walk away, right? You're no longer in alignment because you felt like it was, no. Because what will happen is once he shut that door, now he sends you back to isolation. He sends you back to still season. He sends you back to, depending on how well you perform when you were in the room. Like if you failed, honey, you're probably going back to some kind of wilderness because you got to learn some more, right? This is why sometimes when we think we're ready for things, we're truly not ready. We think that we really feel like we're ready, but we're not. These spirits will literally overtake us. This is why some of you guys now who've been pulled back and you've now went through the season of whatever you had to go through, the door's about to reopen. This is why you're now realizing you were always the big deal. You're now seeing it as, I can't even believe I sit here and let these people intimidate me. I can't even believe, like, now I'm looking at them like they're like, you're at the level now under me. Respectfully. So that is one reason why he will allow you to enter certain doors, certain seasons, be exposed to certain things, and pull you back. Now that he's about to shift you, now you know exactly the spirit. Not only do you know it, you have the power now to do it, right? If you're called to change the room. Now, sometimes it's not even about changing the room. It can be a certain person or certain persons within the room, but there are other things, other people, places, and things, right? So it's not always about the room, meaning everyone in the room. Sometimes it is. It just depends on our, and then sometimes it's just about one person. Okay, so another reason why he will do that. He's testing you. Okay, he wants to see if the training that you had in a very, very, very down season, maybe some years ago, right? Maybe you were in a very, very low season. So there were things that covenants you made, like promises, like, God, if you ever bring me out of this season, I will never do that again. I will never do this again, right? But there were certain kind of covenants, and then he pruned you, but then he developed you and gave you different insights and narratives on how you have to do things differently whenever he brings you out of this down season. Okay, so time went on. Finally, the levee was removed, and now you're out of that very, very dark season that you cried, begged, and pleaded to get up out of. So now he wants to test you to see, were you lying? Were you lying to me all this time and say, I'm going to do things differently, I will never do this again, just to get you out of this season? Or were you truly genuine? So I'm going to test you. See, you think when the door opens, whoop, you've made it, and you can move how you want to move, and you lie to God, and God is a fool. I didn't say that. Lord, please forgive me, because that ain't. But you thought that God is so ignorant that He's just going to thrust you and trust you to not watch you. No. He's going to open the door. And a lot of the times too, that's just, okay, I'll save that for after. So let me jot that down so I don't forget it. So a lot of the times what he's going to do is he's going to open that door for you, and then he's going to allow you to participate in the blessings, be a part of it, but watch you in the process. But let me tell you how good God is. He won't demote you right away. He is so good because he don't want you to fumble. He wants us to win, right? So he'll convict you throughout. He's that fair. So he's not going to say, okay, you messed up one time. Okay, you're now in the season of blessings. I brought you up out of the drought. You're now in the season of blessings. Okay, you messed up one time. You messed up two times. I know you're human. I know it's still a process for you. So I'm going to be gentle. I'm still watching you, but I'm going to be gentle. But he's so good. What he's going to do is he's going to convict you. He's going to say, listen, you're slipping. You think you're slipping. I'm trying to work with you. I'm trying to be patient with you. I'm going to even send you confirmations. I'm going to send other people to give you a word. So now you can't lie and say you didn't feel the convictions, because I'm going to have them convictions coming from different directions. I'm going to convict your spirit about it. I'm going to remind you of everything you said to me when you were in that down season. All the promises you made that you would never do this again. If you get me out of this, I'm going to remind you of all of that, in hopes that you will understand that I want you to win. But no, what do people do? They tend to forget where God brought them from. They tend to forget that God is watching. If nobody else is watching, if no other person is watching, God is watching. So he keeps convicting. He keeps convicting. The person keeps ignoring, doing what they want to do. Yet was begging last season, Lord, please save me, right? They do what they want to do. So God sent them a chosen one. Because the chosen ones, all we have is love. All we have is abundance. All we have is favor. So he sent you a chosen one so you can be under that umbrella, so you can really, really see how good I am. The chosen ones have already passed the test. That's why they're chosen. That's why they're being used. So I release a chosen one to you so you can truly tap in, learn from them. They're not perfect, but they're a vessel. But you keep making your head hard. One too many times. Season over. Back to your dry season. Even if you don't go back right away, you're going. Why you have to go? For different reasons. For one, he may, in his gentleness, right? Just depends on if you fully surrender and learn how this spiritual realm works. He'll send you back to a dry season or a season of wilderness or whatever, and then he'll retrain you. Meaning that the things that you cried about and said, I would never do it again. Okay, you proved to him that you would when he opened the door. So he have to retrain you. And now your training is going to be more intense because he don't even trust what you say. So he's going to hold you there longer to be sure that you learn the lesson. Because he don't trust your words anymore. You fumble. So what popped up in my spirit a few minutes ago was also sometimes what he'll do is he will allow you to hit a season that's so good, like meaning when you came from the dry season and he did open the door of a season of blessings, he will allow you to experience how good it is just to show you what you missed. You may never, right? Just depends on him. You may never, ever, ever get to ever in your life participate in a season like that again. But he wanted you to see how good it was and how good you could have had it. But you made your head hard. After he tried to work with you over and over and over and over and over and over again. So that's two reasons out of many in which God can open the door for you and then pull you back out. But you know what? I'm not going to do the bloodline curses with this. I'm feeling a conviction to do a separate recording. I'll do the separate recording right after this. I'm sorry to those of you who listened this far, but you wanted to hear specifically the bloodline messages. I'm going to upload a recording right after this one. Many of us chosen ones, the stillness that we're currently in the shifting that's currently going on, a lot of us are being shifted back into the same environments. Now, some people, I don't know, maybe they had the direction wrong, or maybe it was a familiar spirit, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But for many of us, you tried to walk away for whatever reason, out of frustration, or just really thinking like you really heard God wrong, or this, that, and the third. You got out of alignment. Maybe you got hit, dropped, right? Warfare, and it's just like you, and so you kind of just like, you know what? I need a new path. I'm just, this ain't it. I don't even have a desire for it like that no more, right? Right? Um, and you're going to realize that this is why a lot of things are starting to awaken again. That desire that left you, the desire is coming back. The desire is different. It's not all like at first when you were trying to conform to the room. It was a different kind of desire. It was a desire to be in that room, to be accepted, to feel like you've made it. This desire now was like, listen, y'all better get ready, because when I walk up in this door, some things about to change. You better even be glad that God still had me in alignment, because see, if it, it was my choice, right, I wouldn't even came back, because you missed it the first time I was there, right? And truth of the matter is, they were just blind. They couldn't see it at the time. It just wasn't the timing. You were only there to get a glimpse. That's the word I was looking for earlier, to get a glimpse at the room. So now you're all in your feelings because you feel like they rejected you. It has nothing to do with that, right? It has not that's trauma triggers. That's pride, right? That is your will versus God's will. God's will have always been about sending you in that environment for a specific purpose, right? His timing, but pride will have you feeling like you ain't see me the first time. You miss your blessings, because see, we got choices. Period. It ain't so fun when your brother got the gun. Honey, there ain't nothing but pride. But anyway, many chosen people are literally about to, if that desire haven't started to come back yet for that promise, like the promise that years and years and years of waiting, you're going to start to see and feel certain things awaken. You're going to start to feel certain convictions and confirmations that was related to your alignment then, and maybe it went away, and now it's starting to literally come back. It's coming back any day now. It's your girl, Kizzy Rock.